What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news update video because Rodrygo has requested a move to Liverpool. Rodrygo's agent has been instructed by Rodrygo himself to contact Liverpool to once again see if any move is possible this summer. Rodrygo wants to leave Real Madrid. He doesn't want to sit on the bench for the whole season because Xabi Alonso doesn't fancy Rodrygo as a starting 11 player and he's too good to sit on the bench even at Real Madrid, so he wants to play regularly, and we will talk about that in all detail. And also we have some major updates on the Alexander Isak transfer saga, so this is a very exciting video packed with a lot of information. So guys, if you enjoy these, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here so you never miss the daily latest updates around Liverpool's transfer news, because Liverpool has been absolutely sensational in this transfer window. So Liverpool has told Rodrygo to hold tight for a couple of weeks because we are focusing on getting the Alexander Isak transfer over the line. The Luis Diaz transfer is going through. He arrived in Munich to pass his medical, and once Liverpool get that kind of money from Luis Diaz, then we will go for Alexander Isak. But we are also looking to sell Darwin Núñez, Harvey Elliott and other players. So Liverpool, once we sold, and even Federico Chiesa as well, once Liverpool sold a lot of those attacking players, that's when we can go for Rodrygo. So Rodrygo might be a transfer that happens in the last week or the last 2 weeks of the transfer window. But of course, right now Liverpool's main focus is getting Alexander Isak to Liverpool, and they will reassess all options, and also Liverpool will look at their finances once the Isak saga is over to see what kind of players we can sell and where we stand in the PSR calculations. The main point to the story is that Rodrygo is requesting to contact Liverpool because of course Rodrygo would love to play for Liverpool, who wouldn't? And the big question is, can Liverpool make that work? I mean, it would be more than insanity if we could make this work financially, because signing Alexander Isak for 130, 140 million is one thing, on top of signing players worth 270, 280 million pounds. But to sign Rodrygo on top of Isak would be, it feels impossible, but I think Liverpool can make it work if we sell players for insane prices. Like if we sell Harvey Elliott for 50 million, Darwin Núñez for 60 million, Tyler Morton, Chiesa for another 30, 35 million, then Liverpool can make this work. And Ramon Alvarez, who is a Spanish journalist, he is reporting that Rodrygo's first option in case he leaves Real Madrid is effectively Liverpool. The player is open to leaving Real Madrid and Rodrygo wants to sign for Liverpool. And Liverpool, on top of signing Frimpong, Mamardashvili, Kerkez, Wirtz, Ekitike, if we add Isak and Rodrygo, I mean, honestly, I would be lost for words. That would be absolutely crazy. But let me know, do you see this transfer happening? Do you think Rodrygo to Liverpool is a realistic transfer? I mean, I thought Isak to Liverpool is not a realistic transfer because there is no way that Newcastle are selling him, especially after we signed Ekitike from under Newcastle's noses. The door is opening more and more, it looks like, because Eddie Howe today, he said that Isak is still our player, he is contracted to us. We do control what is next for him a bit, and I would love to believe all possibilities are still available to us. My wish is that he stays, but Isak staying at Newcastle is not in my full control. So this means Eddie Howe publicly admitting in a press conference, very honestly by the way, it's the club and the board which decides whether Isak stays or leaves Newcastle. And he seems like he's resigned, Eddie Howe is resigned to Isak leaving, and he's resigned to the fact that he will most likely lose Alexander Isak. But it has been confirmed that Alexander Isak hasn't trained since Monday and he's refusing to train with Newcastle, and he will not play again for them unless Newcastle somehow can reject all offers from Liverpool. And at the moment the official offer still hasn't arrived, and there has been a lot of rumors about Alexander Isak already agreeing personal terms with Liverpool. that hasn't happened because FSG, the Liverpool owners, and the Saudis, the Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, they have a solid relationship, business relationship, because they both are invested in a professional golf on the business side, which means that they respect each other's business moves. When it comes to Isak, any discussions will be handled with care and respect, and Liverpool are waiting for the green light from Newcastle. So for now, let's not jump to conclusions. I think what Liverpool are waiting for is that Newcastle to secure Isak's replacement, which would be Benjamin Šeško. At the moment, Newcastle already agreed personal terms with Šeško, and they are in talks with Leipzig for a deal worth around £63 million for Benjamin Šeško. Once that transfer becomes official, that's when Newcastle will invite Liverpool to make a bid for Alexander Isak. And I think a Newcastle fan said this very well, and I like to read fan comments on social media because it sometimes offers different perspectives to the same situation. A Newcastle fan said, "We need to secure a suitable replacement before entertaining any offer from Liverpool for Isak. Right now, since Šeško is the only real option on the market who fits the profile to send a strong message, signing him reframes the narrative. It tells everyone that Newcastle are not regressing, we are reinvesting with ambition and intent, and if that's attainable, we can grant Isak his wish to go to Liverpool. If it's not, he will have to crack on with being a Newcastle player. Given the Saudi ownership's aspirations, we can't allow any player or any club to bully Newcastle. The real worry is if we sell Isak late in the transfer window without a replacement, and if Newcastle end up starting Oshula or Gordon up top, or scrambling in the free agent market for a striker, that would look awful. So it's time for PIF to prove that they are serious about Newcastle becoming a Premier League title winner, a number one club in England. That means navigating the Isak situation in a way that puts the club first, not the player. It also means righting the wrongs of previous poor appointments by finally bringing in a world-class, best-in-class sporting director and CEO rules, which Newcastle still doesn't have. Permanent, long-term sporting director and CEO. So I think this is a sensible take from this Newcastle fan, and I think Newcastle are doing the right thing. Signing a replacement before letting Isak go is the right thing to do, and it makes a lot of sense. But also, Eddie Howe doesn't seem like he can work with sporting directors, and that has left Newcastle in a mess, floundering in the market without any vision or clarity. And also, Newcastle got very unlucky because they went for players that the other top 6 clubs with better pedigree or more money went for. Because remember, previously when they went for Isak, no other top 6 club went for him. When they went for Tonali, again, no other top 6 clubs went for Tonali. When they went for Anthony Gordon or Bruno Guimaraes, other clubs were interested in those players like Chelsea and Arsenal and Man United, but in the end, the Newcastle had a free run at these players. In this window, every target that Newcastle went for, the other top 6 clubs like Man United, Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal or Liverpool or even Man City went for those targets, and Newcastle missed out on all of their targets except Anthony Elanga. And the latest news about Alexander Isak is that Alexander Isak met up with his agent once again, and he still refuses to attend Newcastle training. Alexander Isak had a sit-down meeting with his agent, and it's clear as day, Liverpool is the only club on Alexander Isak's mind. His agent stated that Liverpool and Newcastle are set to meet to discuss the next steps. Liverpool is ready to smash the British transfer record, to bring Isak to the club. It all comes down to Newcastle giving the heads up to Liverpool that you can bid. We are interested in selling Isak for the right price. Meanwhile, Isak is still not showing up for individual training sessions with Newcastle because he's sending a clear message to the club, loud and clear. His heart is at Anfield, his heart is at Liverpool, and he wants to play for Liverpool. But still, Newcastle have all the aces in this because Isak has 3 years left on his contract. I'm not really a big fan of Isak refusing to train. But if that's what it takes to force through a move, I guess he has to do it. He should maybe file a formal transfer request and let the agents do the rest. Go about your business, train regularly. Like, look at Luis Diaz. He attended all the training sessions, even on the morning of him flying to Munich for his medical. Even then, he attended a training session at Liverpool. He always conducted himself in a very professional manner. So yeah, I'm not sure if I approve of Isak not going to training at Newcastle, but as I said, he's just trying to force through a move. Of course, some Liverpool fans are already worried. How do we fit both Ekitike and Isak into the starting 11? Surely Liverpool didn't spend £69 million on a backup like Ekitike. Firstly, of course, it's difficult to fit both players because they are so similar, but it's not our decision as fans. And that's why, we are on YouTube and social media, and Arne Slot is the Liverpool manager. He needs to figure out how to fit in both Ekitike and Isak. And there is no point worrying about that, because it's actually exciting, Liverpool having many options. And also, what's the big deal about spending 69 million on a backup? Darwin Núñez, we spent more money on Darwin Núñez than Ekitike, and he ended up becoming a backup striker behind Luis Diaz or Jota. Darwin Núñez wasn't really first choice ever in his Liverpool career. And also, Luis Diaz, he was sometimes backup on the left wing, sometimes he played as a false nine. Arne Slot preferred Gakpo on the left. That's why we've seen that majority of the season, Luis Diaz was down the middle as a false nine. The same Luis Diaz who just got sold for £65 million, £3 million less than Ekitike, or £4 million less than Ekitike. A player who is also 6 years older than Ekitike. He doesn't have anywhere near the same ceiling as Ekitike. You pay a premium for talents, and this summer you pay a premium on strikers because the transfer market is so poor. There are not many great talented strikers around, and it's really not that hard to understand. But yeah, I just wanted to clear this up, because some Liverpool fans said that Liverpool have no idea how to fit both Ekitike and Isak into the Liverpool starting 11. And remember, Ekitike played with Marmoush a lot in the first half of the season, and they were a deadly duo, a deadly partnership up front for Frankfurt. And Ekitike sometimes drifted to the left side, sometimes even played on the left wing, where Marmoush played through the middle. And Ekitike is a very intelligent footballer, so he can make that work. He's not a traditional left winger, of course, but he can play there. So I think they can alternate with Gakpo when Isak is fit. And when he starts up front, I think Isak will be our main striker. But also Isak will miss 5 to 10, 15 games a season. And then Ekitike can play up front without an issue. So I think Arne Slot is a smart manager. He will make this work without a problem. Also, if Liverpool sell Núñez and Chiesa, then Liverpool definitely need to sign a natural winger, because Salah will be off to the Africa Cup of Nations, and during that tournament, Gakpo will be Liverpool's only natural winger, if we don't sign Rodrygo, that is. And also, I don't want to put too much pressure on Rio and Gumoa, because he's just 16, 17 years old. Lewis Steele also reported today that Alisson has left Liverpool's preseason training camp due to a personal matter, so he will fly back after the game. Liverpool fly back after the Yokohama game tomorrow, and Alisson is expected to rejoin the squad for the first session back in the UK. I hope it's nothing serious, but maybe one of his family members need him at a difficult time. So I wish Alisson and his family all the best. Also, Greg Evans, another journalist, is reporting that sourcing a direct replacement for Diaz is not expected. Cody Gakpo will play more often, with Rio and Gumoa providing added competition. And that's good, because clearly he's extremely talented, and Gumoa turns 17 years old in August. But I don't think we should put any pressure on Gumoa. He's still growing, developing, and also maybe the right hand side is a bigger issue. Who will play there when Salah leaves for the Africa Cup of Nations for a month? That's what Liverpool need to figure out as well. Also, a Spanish professional scout said this about Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz is overwhelming. He's a football planet. You see the team just because of him. Already plays more rondos, but at a frenetic pace, shorter distances. That if he wants, he expands, uncovers spaces and runs. What turns, what control, what a marvel. And this type of player is priceless. The number of things they make easier and the profiles that they enhance, the types of the likes of Florian Wirtz, making clubs bigger than yours that don't have these kind of players. It's an incredible signing and a truly colossal player, Florian Wirtz. And I think he will make Liverpool much, much better. And if you watched him playing against AC Milan, he was absolutely sensational. So yeah, let me know what you think about everything that we talked about in this video. Liverpool still haven't submitted a formal offer for Axel Isak, but that is coming, I think, this week. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.